Once the Groups app has been enabled in the App Center, I can now automate my process of differentiation. What that means is, inside my class, I can go to my Students tab, and the Groups app has added a new Groups tab to my Students view. What I can do now is create a new group for my English language learners, for example. Or I could make one for students with a certain type of IEP that might require them to get additional scaffolding or assistance during an assessment. So let's say for my English language learners, I'm going to give them a modified set of questions that uses more friendly, approachable English, whereas the rest of my students are able to be challenged on a linguistic level during, let's say, a math assessment. So once I have the groups set up, and it's just a drag and drop between which groups, and I can delete a group or add a group here, rename it like so. So let me just delete that group, bye-bye. Once I have the assessment set up like this, I can then create a new assessment. I'm sorry, once I have the student groups set up, I can create a new assessment, and when I'm creating my list of questions, I then sort by groups instead of all students. Oh, it's not letting me do it at the moment because I don't have this class checked. Now that it is linked, this assessment is linked to this class, it knows the groups I have. So I'm going to add a multiple choice question here, and then I'm going to duplicate it and give another question down here. So that way, once I wrote a question and I duplicate it, I can then modify a question. So that way I can tailor the list so it's a little bit different from one group to the other. Let me add some content in, and what I'll do is I'll save, and we can give this pretend assessment a try and see how it works in action. So I've got it configured with both. It would have saved me a lot of time had I just made it one and then duplicated, then modified. Okay, now I just need to give it a name. Fake assessment. This is just pretend. I'll make it visible and save and close. Now when I look at today's list of assessments, it will show this fake assessment broken into two different groups, because each will have their own heat map. So I can view this one, this fake assessment, but if I need to switch, I can't do it up here. I have to switch back here. These improvements are coming along where we can switch back and forth. At the moment, you need to go back to my today's assessments to view each one, assuming you'd like to switch back and forth. Okay, that's the groups assignment. The students, as they take the assessment, if in projector mode, you just have it up. Oh, I'm sorry, let's switch this to projector mode. And I'll go view this class. From the projector mode, the students don't know they're getting different assessment. So it's easier just to be able to distribute the assessment without having to embarrass any potential students or explain that one group needs special modifications. You can just execute it simply and move right along. That's the Groups app. If you have any questions or concerns, please drop me a line. I'm very eager to help other teachers. Thank you very much.